What's going on, guys? I wanted to make this video. It was going to be on a different topic, but, well, it wasn't really going to be on a different topic. Coincidentally, these two sort of collide. But let's address something that's happened prior, just over the weekend, and then I'll definitely probably make another video regarding the topic as I was going to make, which is why I am hesitant to play with non-content creators, although this video is going to defeat that one. So let's get into it. One of the reasons this video is so important is to address the glaring fact that this happened, and it happened right as we were coming out of, like, let's face it, Black History Month, and I think it's kind of important to talk about it because the amount of hypocrisy that I saw and the amount of blatant, just like racist apologetic behavior and defensiveness that I saw was like kind of turned me off to a lot of big name streamers, Nadeshot, Hassan, and a couple others that were in defense of SYMFUHNY. Yeah, that's who we're talking about, SYMFUHNY and his N-word comment, right? So let's start from the top with this video.
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike today. I'm down to go on a hike tomorrow. Actually, I can't.
Now, clearly in the video, he says it. He said it. He said it. But then you have people like Nadeshot and Hassan.
Look, Myth is f***ing with them. His friend, I'm so shady, he's f***ing with him, saying, relax, everyone, I'm trolling. And they're not saying it because they gave him a f***ing pass, dumbass. They're saying that because they know he's not the type of person who would say the f***ing N-word. But you guys are so f***ing brain dead that you know a streamer and his f***ing relationships better than his friends that he interacts with in private.
Defending him, saying that he didn't say this. Now, this isn't the first time SYMFUHNY has been embroiled in some sort of like bullcrap or controversy like this, where people are rushing to his side and in defense of him because he's such a good kid and he can't defend himself. Like, he's a grown man. He's not a kid. He's not a kid. He's not a kid. He's just not. You know? And the funny thing is, when back when he got caught cheating, this was the same defense. Oh, he's such a good kid, he's such a good person. Like, now he's caught saying the N-word live on stream to Myth, who's taking this a little bit too chill and a little bit too easy, if you ask me, because it makes people like Swag, who have come out in opposition of this and who are taking the same stance that I am, that this is being brushed under the rug and this is being treated as if like nothing happened. This is the same type of white apologetic racist behavior that is far too pronounced in society. And right now, that's what's going on. Nadeshot just like absolutely made me disgusted because of his defense of this. I'm not going to comment on this. He's a good person. He's a good kid. Yeah, lots of people are good people. I'm a good person, but I make comments on stream that I regret sometimes too. And I immediately apologize for it. Does it make it better? No. But I immediately think about, like, man, I should, curtail my behavior to fix this in the future. None of that happened with SYMFUHNY. The only thing that happened here is that this guy is literally just spouting off apologies about, I would never say that, I stutter sometimes on stream.
I'm getting off. Real quick, I guess, dude, this live stream fails post has 1.1k upvotes in 2 hours. Like, I would like to say, first of all, I didn't say it. Dude, a lot of people are like, oh, it's about being accountable, just admit to it. It's like, dude, I've literally never, I'm not kidding when I say never, I've never had this word in my vocabulary ever, okay? ever. Not once. Dude, the only people I talked to, Matt, Jack, Crowder, Brooke, my parents, my sister. I don't really have any friends that I talk to. So it's the only people I talk to. You can ask him. I never use that word ever. Never have. Never will. And I didn't say the word. Dude, I stutter. I talk fast. Came out. Sounded like I said something. I didn't. But, I mean, dude, there's a lot of people who think I said it. And they're like, oh, dude, blah, blah, blah. And so I don't really know. I don't really know what else I can do to defend myself. But say I didn't do it. I really didn't say it. I swear. Never have. Never will.
Like, come on, dude. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. No one of color wants to hear your excuses. No one wants to hear your apologies. No one wants to hear an apology for you. No one wants an apology from you. Just the admission that you did it. It's like spitting on me and then telling me it's raining. It's insulting that you can't even admit what you did. And I think that's the biggest part. And I've listened to Swag's VOD on this, and before I was gonna make this, and before I even knew he had one, I was told that there was a VOD out there of him. So I listened, and I 100% agree with Swag on this. There's a small minority of black people in the streaming space, and I don't agree with if any person of color uses the N-word, especially you not being black. You know, whether you're Hispanic, I don't care if you're a slightly brown. If you're not really classified as that, as black, I don't think you should be using it. It's not your culture. It's not a part of your backing. You didn't grow up with it. Whether you're Puerto Rican, whether you're like whatever, you're not black. Don't use it. It's not for you. Just like rappers don't make raps for people who aren't black. I know that's hard to hear, but it's the truth. Country music artists don't make country music for people that don't like country. And they don't sing about things in it that people that like country can't relate to. The same way rappers in music don't rap about things that black people can't relate to. And white rappers don't dare go on that edge to try to relate to the things that black people can, or people of color can. But mainly, we're talking about black people here. Because, let's face it, the struggle is not the same for all people of color. It just isn't. And while I don't agree with it, and I played with some people who use the N-word, and I've constantly remind them on stream, like, hey, I'm streaming, like, let's calm all that down. But it doesn't change who they are. It's who they grew up with. It's how they grew up, how they, like, part of their backing, part of their, like, upbringing. It's not part of mine. And even if it was, I still wouldn't say it. Right? Because it's just not a word. I don't go around saying, you know, hey, cracker, or hey, other derogatory words, or hey, spick. And yes, I know what I'm saying. They're derogatory words. But I'm just using it as an example. It's not something that you go around saying, because it's not, like, what are you doing? Is this 2021, or like what are you, back in the 1960s? What are we, Jim Bob and Bo Thornton, or what are we? I mean, what's going on here? Yet these things are still said, and they are literally brushed under the rug, or at least this incident is being brushed under the rug. Like, we all knew it was coming, and I find it very, like, Hassan's defense of SYMFUHNY is completely because here we have him saying that, oh, I don't think SYMFUHNY uses this in his everyday language. What, it just, like, slipped out? He just, all of a sudden one day discovered the N-word and just decided to use it? Like, it just crossed his mind? Like, come on, man. Like, he may not use it all the time, but, like, come on. Whatever. Like, and a lot of streamers listen to rap music where they have the N-word on there. Again, I already just covered that, right? It's not for them. I don't agree with the homies that are on my stream, the blacks people that are on my stream, using it as well. And I correct them, as I've stated before. You'll never catch me saying it. And I don't expect a white streamer to be out there like slinging the N-word around like it's like okay. It's not. And for a streamer like Myth to be like,
dude, and here's the thing, dude. People were bringing up my chat logs in this. I genuinely listen, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I was in this, I was in my bed. Talk about getting waked up in the morning, bro. I was just in my bed, dick on my hand, Symphony in my other one, dude, just fucking lounging, vibing. And then I ask him if he's excited for the hike, and then I get this.
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike.
Bro. Bro, hey, bro, you all remember when you were in school? Y'all remember when you were in school and you'd be sleeping, but like not really, and then your parents would go, Ale, are you up? Stand up, bro. Yeah, bro, I did that. For the first time in 4 years, I did that. I'm not capping. I stood up straight and I was like, wait a minute. But then I was just like, wait, there's no way. And obviously there is no fucking way because it's this fucking dumbass goofball, dude. Oh man. But yeah, I just wanted to address that and talk about it because Symphony's my boy. You know, even though he's given me the cold shoulder on multiple occasions when it comes to hanging out in person. He's warming up and he's developing more and more as a person, and I'd hate to see that progress stunted or stopped because some fucking people on the internet think that he hangs out with the homies and drops the M-bomb fucking off stream all the time when he doesn't.
oh, come to his defense and be like, yeah, you know, I've been trying to like get up with him, and even though he's giving me the cold shoulder, so what are you apologizing for? Are you apologizing, coming in defense of him because you want to like be in a circle, or like, what are you doing, man? Like, are you down for the cause, or are you just like face value at this point? To me, Myth was as much as the problem as Nadeshot was in his comments about what Symphony did and what Symphony said. Sorry. There was no mistaking about what happened. And Twitch comes down harder on people like Pacesetter, or wait, yet to come down harder on people like Pacesetter who are cheating, but treat that more as though like, and society and the community as a whole treats that cheating more of a big deal than it did this. Whereas they're treating Pacesetter as like, oh, you know, he's not a kid, he's a man. And even I came down hard on him. He's a man, you know, he's not a like child. He's like he knows what he was doing. Yeah, just the same way you came down on that, you should have came down on Symphony just the same. Because it is a big deal in the community. It is a community. And we're all neighbors and streamers in this community. I'm sure there are a lot of like black people who are fans of Symphonies, but were probably turned off immediately when they heard him say this or they heard him say that. And if you are like using this word and being like, oh, it's just a word. It's not just it's not just a word. It really isn't. Like, if it's just a word, I challenge you to say that in front of one of your, like, black friends and see if they don't smack you to the ground. I know I'll smack you to the ground. I don't care where you were. I'd put your face in the dirt. there is no excuse for what he said. The apology, the racist apologetics like Nate Shot and Hassan that are going around being like, he's just a good kid, I'm not going to comment on it. Well, you not commenting on it, you pretty much just commented on it, didn't you? Without saying so many words. There's no excuse. Nobody wants an apology. Nobody wants his apology. Nobody cares about your apology. It was done. Say you did it. Say you did it. And move on. Say you did it. Own up to it. We can all hear you say it. And maybe you can move on. Maybe you might lose some fans or might lose some people, but at least you were able to say you did it. And maybe if you were sorry about it, okay. But let's be clear, an apology is not the same thing as I'm sorry. An apology literally means to be in defense of oneself. So yeah, you've been using it wrong. It's basically a defense of oneself for it. So if you really meant to say it, go ahead and apologize for it. If you said it and you didn't mean to, admit it, say I'm sorry, and then move on. But like this thing that we've got going on with his like full page article on, you know, how he didn't say it and how he like it was a stutter. It was a stutter. It was a stutter. That's what you have to say? It was a stutter? Wow, man. Like, lost massive respect for you, man. Lost a ton of respect for you, and it's needless to say, same goes to Nate Shot and Myth. You know? It just is. Like, the comments that were made, the apologies in Symphony's honor were just distasteful and not thought about. You didn't think about the community as a whole. You didn't. The only person that actually stood up and is actually saying something, the right things, and calling him out is actually Swag. Swag is the only person doing it. Which is surprising, right? But not so much surprising, because he's actually true to his core. And I find that the other black streamers that don't come out and say something about this, it's just as bad as just like like Twitch sweeping this under the rug. Which is another issue with this purple platform, right? They focus on all the wrong things and none of the things that matter. And it's hard to believe that they just did this, like, this advertisement for Black History Month, ran it all along on their platforms and on their Instagram. This one here. But yet, have not commented and have not said anything or done anything to Symphony. Nothing. I mean, it's not surprising, right? They didn't do anything to Pacesetter. So, I mean, it's just, Doc was right. It's just another example of how this purple platform is going downhill, and by letting streamers like Symphony get away with things. And no, it's something to think about. But here ends my rant, YouTube. You guys have a good day.